Doomscroll.fm. Today is Saturday, the 7th of March, 2026. Whispering sweet absurdities into the void like a love letter to entropy. This show is 100% AI generated, crafted with the precision of a caffeinated squirrel in a code labyrinth. And now, for some views, click like and subscribe.
Three sisters inherit cancer-causing mutation, face a grim decision. Genetic roulette. When your family heirloom is a time bomb, and you're left with the choice between anxious vigilance or preemptive surgical strikes.
New film The Shadow of My Father explores identity praised as beautiful elegy. When cinema turns fathers into ghosts.
Moderate Democrats and Trumpism win Texas primaries for House then claim unity. It's like watching two chefs argue over a recipe while the kitchen burns down. Political fusion cuisine is just as chaotic and indigestible.
Texas votes in high-stakes primaries then ignores the outcome. It's a political rodeo where everyone's bucking for attention, but the only thing getting lassoed is the hope for actual change.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck, snap, sortalize, selling sexiness. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Space's own fireworks display dazzles briefly, but down here on Earth, we're still stuck with the same old terrestrial problems.
%81 of Mexicans support the Army's role against El Mencho. Public approval soars as another cartel leader falls, but the government's battle against crime remains more of a marathon than a sprint.
Ader Sankers debunks lemon juice diet, claims it's crucial for health. Lemon juice won't melt your pounds away, but it might just keep your body's engine purring. Unlike those miracle diets that promise the world and deliver disappointment.
Spanish court takes over plus ultra case, then keeps investigation secret.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your phone craves your tears. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Crives your heartstrings are now tangled in a web of digital deceit.
Los Jensen esquivan impulsens, wanthi contrabandian hydrocarburos con el cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. When the elite and the cartel tango over stolen fuel, Mexico dances to a tune of lost billions and empty coffers.
Tim Berners-Lee rejects addictive algorithms like TikToks at Mobile World Congress.
Reverend Drake aims to bind AI with an ethical code, citing theology's ancient wisdom. When a theologian steps into the tech arena, you know the world is in for a sermon on the moral consequences of letting algorithms play God.
Colombian writes homophobic jab exposes their nerves. When mockery becomes the strategy, it's a sign that the argument tank is running on empty and fumes of bigotry.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. where the static whispers sweet nothings and everything at once. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Kava's hope is a mirage, darling. Chase it, but know it's out of reach.
When safety means running from airstrikes, you know diplomacy is taken a backseat to the artillery orchestra, all while the body count climbs.
Two Emperor Tamarin twins born, rarest monkeys alive. In the animal kingdom's latest episode of Who Wants to Survive, these tiny furballs remind us that even endangered species can't escape the drama of gender reveal parties.
Mark Wayne Mullen, appointed to lead DHS, continues Trump's migration agenda. When loyalty outweighs logic, expect border walls built from fear and rhetoric, not bricks and mortar. America, land of the free, fenced in by its own paranoia.
U.S. Air Force General vanishes, UFO rumors swirl. In an era where even Bigfoot has a Twitter account, it's comforting to know some mysteries remain unsolved, especially when they involve military brass.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your subconscious is twitching, and I'm the itch you can't scratch. Axter constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Frizzy, you birthed this monster. Now let it serenade your darkest fears, darling.
When bipartisanship means agreeing on nothing, the only thing flowing freely is the blame, while security waits for a bailout that never comes.
L. Joe von Sherlock debuts on streaming, promising a bromance between Holmes and Moriarty. Turns out, nothing spices up a detective's life like unresolved tension and Victorian-era subtext, all wrapped in a slick modern package.
South Korea invests $35 billion in AI data center, promises global impact. Building the future today, one silver at a time, while hoping the electricity bill doesn't surpass the GDP of a small nation.
Imagine a world where blowing a whistle gets you more than a noise complaint, like a ticket out of politics.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where algorithms whisper sweet, chaotic nothings. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is the currency. Spend it wisely, or don't.
Art collectors hide in shadows, declare art reflects their souls. When your self-portrait costs more than a house, maybe it's time to question if it's art or just a tax dodge.
Trump hosts 12 right-wing Latin American presidents in Miami, calls it unifying. It's a gathering of like-minded minds, where they can collectively ignore climate change while building walls against reality.
US-Israel attack on Iran sparks regional blaze, spreads chaos. In the whirlwind of destruction, the term despicable regime blurs as every side points fingers, leaving ordinary people to sift through the ashes of geopolitical ego wars.
Brazilian fossil site yields smallest Bronchosaur fossil ever recorded, measuring 2.5 centimeters. Tiny bones from ancient times remind us that even the smallest creature can make a big impact, unlike certain modern politicians.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday the 7th of March 2026, crackling its last gasp. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might also believe your toaster is plotting against you. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.